Hello everyone, my name is Vox and welcome back to Forum Friday for the week of June 14th, I think, 2013. Last week I asked your guys' revised opinions on Halo 4's CSR and your thoughts on used games and the fact that the Xbox One will pretty much eliminate used games for that system. Getting into your comments, Z-Star celebrates the return of Forum Friday! Yes, indeed. Mr. Metal King says, I know used games are terrible for the industry, but sometimes I have no choice to decide on whether to buy a new game or a pre-owned copy of the same game because of my money problems, and that goes for other people who live in England, Spain, etc. Consumers blank, gaming industry 1. Yes, that is a problem for some people, but the point, a point that has been brought up and I brought up is, as with the Steam sales, if you get rid of used games, that allows new games to go on sale for probably cheaper than you've been paying for used games, and you end up still getting to buy the games. Blizzard Ball says, yes, it may hurt the game industry, but it will also majorly decrease the value of games, talking about getting rid of the used games. A while back, I saw a video on why Steam is successful. The reason Steam is so successful is because maybe someone will say to you, hey, you should come try out this game. If someone says that to you, you're not going to want to drop $60 on a game that you don't even know what you like. What Steam does is sell games at a reasonable impulse price. Now say that the game your friend told you was about $15 or even $30, you'd be glad to buy it up. This is because you're not spending a whole ton of money. You can buy games at an impulse price without destroying your wallet in the process. Now this was exactly what used games did for the community. It let you buy games at highly discounted impulse buyer price. You could buy games, try it out, not waste a whopping $60. Now the only people able to actually buy games are the people who have quite a bit of money laying around, and that's about it. But by getting rid of the used games, you will move towards the Steam model. You will get the sales. You will get probably more demos as well. Like, there have been demos made for games, but they're not talked about anymore. I remember getting Pizza Hut, Xbox, and PlayStation demo discs. You get demos of games that were actually pretty cool. You got to try before you buy it. Where has that gone? That was a lot of fun. And frankly, when I was a kid, I was content just playing the demos for a while because they were fun. I don't know what happened to that. I want that back. Noramac023 gives us a string of comments as well. Comment 1. Latest opinions of CSR. After a few months, the novelty of having a CSR has worn off for 2 reasons. 1. Me and my friends party up more, and because they are more used to the 0.5 second kill times, they don't have such high CSR ranks as me. They tend to get us matched up against worse teammates, and I genuinely feel sorry for them that we are being matched up against players outside their skill level. My other point is that after getting pretty close to 50 in big team battle, I just didn't care about my CSR anymore. I just let it slip down to where it is now. Comment 2. On the matter of used games, I find the industry to be quite important for gamers who don't have the time or money to play every single game that comes out, like me. It also allows them to experience things that they wouldn't have otherwise. For example, I recently picked up Civilization 5 from a clearance sale at a local game, a game which I planned on getting a while back but never did. Comment 3. In the end. If there hadn't been a sale, I wouldn't have even gone in, let alone buy a full retail price game. After playing the game, I've had the chance to experience it, an opportunity I wouldn't have had if it wasn't a used game. Not true. Again, this is a point I'm just driving home, is something you should notice compared to previous years, previous generations of consoles. You don't have sales on games anymore. As far as console games go, there are no sales. There's no sales on games. That is because the used game market is in place. If you do remove that, you will get sales on games. Games will decrease in price. You will have GameStop being like, hey, you can buy the newest Call of Duty for 50% off today. Injustice just went on sale for $10. Things like that. Sales went away because they can keep charging $60 for the full price because used games are in place. If you remove the used games, you open up the potential to have actual sales, not actual clearance sales, not just used game sales, but actual sales that end up being a lot better. I do see where you're coming from though, and I totally see that. I mean that, as Blizzard Ball actually brought up, used games have taken the place of the Steam sales. So you need something to fill that up, and at the moment that is used games for us. But that being used games is also hurting the market. Mario Wall 29 says the game is becoming more and more like COD, with CSR acting like league ranking, but the CSR just make it worse. I mean, COD has league play, why can't Halo? I think used games are sometimes worth it if it's just a damage case and you get like $5 to $10 of them, then I will buy it. If the Xbox One does not allow used games, then other game developers are going to have a hard time getting money for their games, as most people buy them used. Not true. Not true at all, as was brought up in the Total Biscuit video, and I thought I brought up in my, at one point. Developers and publishers get $0 for the sale of used games. Buying a game from GameStop is no different from buying it from your friend. The developer sees no money from that. When GameStop or Game or any game store sells a used game, the only price they have to take out of that besides sales tax is the price they paid to buy that game from someone else. Absolutely no money goes back to the developer for it, which is exactly why I'm saying it hurts the industry. With other media, which is all points Total Biscuit brought up, but with other media, there are 50 million different ways things are sold. Songs are sold in singles on iTunes and licensing for Spotify. They are sold in CDs, MP3s, iTunes, blah blah blah. Games are just sold pretty much on the disc or in the download. If you sell them used, the developer sees no money from it, and so the game is being, given to many people without developers seeing as much money from it. If you have a model like Steam, they can afford to put a game on sale because they are still making the money from it, and so it helps them out in the end. That's it for last week's comments. This week I want to talk about E3. It's the E3 wrap-up. What did you guys like? What did you guys enjoy? What do you think about the Xbox One, the PS4, the Wii U, 3DS games, the one PS2 game apparently? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see your guys' responses next time. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.